tonight. Welcome to ACIM Talks and starting off another big week, and hopefully hopefully our time together tonight will help you to learn something, but I think more than that, be inspiring and just kind of give you that charge you need to stick around another day and do the very best you can. So it is Monday evening, September 29th. And tonight our discussion is in our Oracle text reading. And I think we may actually finally finish chapter 14, teaching for truth. So as you can see, Ron just came in. There he
There's
is
Ron.
on Zoom one. Yeah, good to see you. And I hope you guys had a good holiday last
Yes, we
week.
did.
And yeah, well,
We
good
did.
deal, Ron. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here. We
Sure.
were, well, why don't we go ahead and get started, and we'll tell Ron where we are. We're in page 298 in the text, and that is in the last section of chapter 14.
Okay.
Ron, did you hear me say where we are?
Yes, I did. Thank
All
you.
right. So we left off last time with paragraph 8 of section 11, called the test of truth. And that was back on page 296. So last time we covered 296 up to the top of 298. And so paragraph 7 starts, "You cannot be your guide to miracles." Do you see that?
Yes.
So that's where we're going to start tonight. But just to get us in the mood, this section is called the test of truth, right? What is the test of truth? Anybody remember the test of truth?
Nope.
So,
The essential thing is learning that you do not know.
well, yeah, that's where he starts out. But then that's kind of an introduction to the section. But then in paragraph 5 on page 297, Jesus says, "You have one test as sure as God." You see where I'm reading?
Yes.
"By which to recognize if what you learned is true. If you are wholly free of fear of any kind, and if all those who meet or even think of you share in your perfect peace, then you can be sure that you have learned God's lesson and not your own. Unless all this is true, there are dark lessons in your mind that hurt and hinder you and everyone around you." So there are two elements involved in the test of truth. Do you see what they are from what I just read?
Yes, you're wholly free of fear.
Okay. And it
Mm,
refers to others are also free of fear, or they share in your perfect peace or lack of fear. So that's the test of truth. And last time, this is astonishing. I mean, what a high bar. Okay, first of all, if it's the test, if you are passing the test of truth, you're wholly free of fear, wholly, completely, and those that seem to be in your vicinity also feel without fear.
What number are we on? I'm sorry.
We're on paragraph 5, page 297.
Okay. Yep. I'm there.
Specifically, I started at sentence number 2. So, another amazing statement from A Course in Miracles, right? How is that possible? Right? So he goes on to start telling us some more stuff after that. And we made it through paragraph 6. And tonight we start at 7. And at 7, he starts talking about miracles. At any rate, let's get our reader list going with that introduction. Joan, if you be our first reader, and Sherilyn is 2, Ron is 3, I'll be reader 4. You feeling okay about picking up from here?
yeah.
Yes.
All right, Joni, if you'd start, please.
7, okay.
Mhm.
You cannot be your guide to miracles, for it is you who made them necessary. And because you did, the means on which you can depend for miracles has been provided for you. God's Son can make no needs his Father will not meet if he but turn to him ever so little. Yet he cannot compel his Son to turn to him and remain himself. It is impossible that God lose his identity, for if he did, you would lose yours. And being yours, he cannot change himself, for your identity is changeless. The miracle acknowledges his changelessness by seeing his Son as he always was and not as he would make himself. The miracle brings the effects that only guiltlessness can bring, and thus establishes the fact that guiltlessness must be.
Okay, thanks, Joan. Before we go on, let me welcome Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen.
Hey,
Thank you for being here. Listen, we're in the Oracle text reading on page 298.
I think I'm going to have to listen because I don't have my book right here. So I don't know
Oh,
where
okay.
my book is.
You know,
I
we're
lost it.
your physical book, right?
Yeah, my actual book.
Yeah. Well,
So,
hey, look for it as Spirit leads or whatever. You can just listen with us.
okay.
We're still I think we're gonna finish the last section of chapter 14 tonight at long last.
Okay.
And it's called The Test of Truth. And guys, maybe again, by way of further perspective, I can offer,
No, I can go
as
get my book.
Joe started to say a long time ago, it started out talking about you do not know, remember? And how we need to turn everything over to the Holy Spirit. And then he tells us what the test of truth is, at least the first time he seems to mention it. And he says that you're free of, there are two components, you're free of fear, and those around you also share in it. Am I doing okay so far?
Yes.
Yes.
And then tonight, our reading started just before you came in, Kathleen. We read paragraph 7.
Okay.
And in 7, Jesus starts talking about miracles. So we kind of have 3 themes that are starting to being discussed in this section. The first one is you do not know anything. And the second one is this test of truth, which is extraordinary, right? Not only are you peaceful, but those around you also. And that's extraordinary. So maybe you'd say that would be a miracle, right? Maybe, because that seems to be what he's starting to talk about next. So I'm wondering what the miracle has to do with you do not know and achieving this test of truth. See where miracles come into this. Joan, you read paragraph 7. Sherilyn, would you do 8, and then we'll see what
Yes.
y'all want to talk about?
How can you, so firmly bound to guilt and committed, though, to remain established for yourself your guiltlessness? That is impossible. But be sure that you are willing to acknowledge that it is impossible. It is only because you think that you can run some little part or deal with certain aspects of your life alone that the guidance of the Holy Spirit is limited. Thus, would you make him undependable and use his fancied undependability as an excuse for keeping certain dark lessons from him? And by so limiting the guidance that you would accept, you are unable to depend on miracles to answer all your problems for you.
So, anything in paragraph 7? Let's start there. Is it making sense? It says you cannot be your guide to miracles, for it is you who made them necessary. What did we do to make miracles necessary?
Well, we kind of bought into the little mad idea.
Okay. And it weakened our power.
Yeah.
So God didn't leave us stranded, right? What did God do? He
He
Gave
met,
gave us the Holy Spirit.
he met a need, right?
Yeah.
yes.
And I always say God knew that we would have that need in advance. So if the need was met, But to us, the solution was what we would call miracles. You remember in the Miracle 50 miracle principles, and it said miracles are natural when they're not happening, something is wrong. Okay, so what we're saying is, in truth, the extraordinary is the norm, is how it should be. But to us, it's something extraordinary to the extent we call them miracles. Is that, or did I even need to go that route?
Mm.
At any rate, what we call miracles came into being at the same time we lost our power. And so it's interesting. Would you read with me in sentence 3 and 4? God's Son can make no needs his Father will not meet, if he but turn to him ever so little. But listen to what it says in 4. Yet he cannot compel his Son to turn to him and remain himself. What does that mean to you?
He has to change.
Well, because he's buying into the illusion that his son is living in which he doesn't.
Okay. Okay. Now, Sherilyn, you said something about change. Thank you, Kathleen. Did you have a comment, Sherilyn?
Uh, no, not specifically here.
Well, what got me for both of you, Kathleen, I appreciate your comment. But my emphasis was it says, yet he cannot compel. That's the word
Yes.
that caught. And I was going to say, I know why God can't compel his son to turn to him, because God is love. Love does not compel. So you see where I was coming from.
Yep.
Not to invalidate what you said, but that's what hit me. I said, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So God's Son can depend, for miracles have been provided to you. You can, but he cannot compel his Son to turn to him. So there's that free will component. That's how it read to me. Anyhow, that's my comment on 7. What about paragraph 8? What's the problem?
Because you think you can run things.
Yeah. Paragraph 8, sentence 4. It is only because you think that you can run some little part or deal with certain aspects of your life alone that the guidance of the Holy Spirit is limited. So once again, you see this love nature. In other words, your power is only limited by you. It's fully powered, it's maximally powered, but it will only come to you as you agree to use it. I'm not doing here. These some
Good.
good things going on here. I want to make sure you don't miss them. And do you see back there where, again, in paragraph 7, sentence, oh Lord, it's sentence 3, and being yours, it talks about how God can't change its nature, even in terms of how it goes about helping you, helping us, kids that don't want to be helped. So even in helping kids that don't want to be helped, he cannot oppress them or compel them. He has to appeal to their free will, you see? So I just always hit that God's nature is so consistent in terms of how he goes about doing things. Other comments here? All right. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading here. I think we'll work our way through it. Ron, we're up to paragraph 9, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Do you think that what the Holy Spirit would have you give, he would withhold from you? You have no problems that he cannot solve by offering you a miracle. Miracles are for you, and every fear or pain or trial you have has been undone. He has brought all of them to light, having accepted them instead of you and recognized they never were. There are no dark lessons. He has not already lightened for you. The lesson you would teach yourself, he has corrected already. They do not exist in his mind at all. For the past binds him not, and therefore binds not you. He does not see time as you do, and each miracle he offers you corrects your use of time and makes it his.
Thanks, Ron. Kathleen, did you find your book?
Yeah, I did. So I can read.
Okay, you're next.
He who has freed you from the past would teach you you are free of it. He would but have you accept his accomplishments as yours because he did them for you. And because he did, they are yours. He has made you free of what you made. You can deny him, but you cannot call on him in vain. He always gives his gifts in place of yours. He would establish his bright teaching so firmly in your mind that no dark lesson of guilt can abide in what he has established as holy by his presence. Thank God that he is there and works through you, and all his works are yours. He offers you a miracle with every one you let him do through you.
Yeah. Uh, Paragraph 9 and 10. Isn't he speaking in past tense? He doesn't say what the Holy Spirit will do for you. He speaks past tense. What, as though it's already been done. Isn't that the flavor of paragraph 9?
Sentence 7 in paragraph 9 almost says that the lessons you would teach yourself, he has already corrected.
Yeah. And then in 2, you have no problems that he cannot solve by offering you a miracle. And then in sentence 4, and every fear or pain or trial you have has been undone. You are experienced course students, are you not? Go with me to the manual for teachers and go to page 5. Can you find the manual for teachers? Page 5. And we're going to just look at paragraph 3. Everybody there?
Almost.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Paragraph 3. The world of time is the world of illusion. What happened long ago seems to be happening now. Choices made long since appear to be open yet to be made. What has been learned and understood and long ago passed by is looked upon as a new thought, a fresh idea, a different approach. Because your will is free, you can accept what has already happened. When
At
can
any time,
you accept it?
at any time that you choose.
Why? Because your will is free.
Is free.
You see, that's what reminded me of. Now go with me one more place back in the text. Our famous page 102. Or is it 103? Somebody, let's see. 103, my friends, in the text, right? Paragraph 12. And I won't waste your time tonight. I'll go to sentence 7 of paragraph 12, talking about when the ego's voice arose. You with me?
Yes.
When the ego's voice arose, sentence 7, it could not shatter the peace of God, but it could shatter yours. God did not blot it out because to eradicate it would be to attack it. Remember, love never attacks, right? Being questioned, God did not question. He didn't get into a debate about it. There was no discussion, right? Right?
Yes.
He merely gave the answer, the Holy Spirit. And everything was, I've asked this before. Can a slow God be God? God is not concerned with time because God lives in reality. You live in a fantasy where crazy stuff like that goes on. But notice now we're back to our reading here, okay? We're back on page 298 for what I want to read. And I want to show you, isn't that where we were talking about past tense?
Mhm.
So do you see down at paragraph 9, sentence 9? For the past binds the Holy Spirit not. and therefore binds not you. The Holy Spirit does not see time as you do. And each miracle the Holy Spirit offers you corrects your use of time and replaces it with his use of time. I'm trying to show you the integrity of this writing. And when you can find it doesn't contradict itself, doesn't that add to its validity?
Yes.
These are some of the insights that new students going through the course, chapter by chapter, they're simply not ready to digest, are they? But it gets deeper and more insightful and more universal in what's being discussed here. Any other questions or comments? We did 10, didn't we?
Yes.
So Kathleen read, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So how about I go ahead and read? I'll do 11. God's Son will always be indivisible. As we are held as one in God, so do we learn as one in him. God's teacher is as like to his creator as is his son. And through his teacher does God proclaim his oneness and his son. Listen in silence and do not raise your voice against him, for he teaches the miracle of oneness. And before his lesson, division disappears. Teach like him here, and you will remember that you have always created like your Father. The miracle of creation has never ceased, having the holy stamp of immortality upon it. This is the will of God for all creation, and all creation joins in willing this. You want to talk about this one at all, or keep going? Confusing, helpful? Who's him in paragraph 11? That capital H.
That's God.
So here, let me see if I can. God's Son will always be indivisible. As we are held as one in God, who's we? The Son of God? Yes?
Hmm.
We,
Yeah.
the Son of God. All right. As the Son of God are held as one in God, so do we learn as one in the Holy Spirit. God's teacher is as like to his creator. Who's God's teacher? Didn't we see him on page 103 that we just read back in the text? It said God did not question, he merely gave the answer. The answer is your capital T teacher. Paragraph 11, sentence 3. God's teacher, the Holy Spirit, is as like to his creator as is his son, God's son. And through the Holy Spirit does God proclaim his oneness and his son. So he says to us, listen in silence and do not raise your voice against the Holy Spirit, for the Holy Spirit teaches the miracle of oneness. And before the Holy Spirit's teaching, division disappears. How am I doing with this?
Good.
Certain good understanding of the pronouns is worth your time in terms of trying to make these make sense. So basically, all it's saying is the Holy Spirit is the translation of God into level 2. They have exactly the same character, the same attributes. If you've seen the Holy Spirit, if you felt the Holy Spirit, you have felt God, because it was the way God went with us even into the fantasy world.
Yeah, yeah. To me, it's saying oneness is oneness is oneness. It never changes, no matter what form we're hearing it in.
So if you want to see the relationship between God and the Son, or between God and the Holy Spirit, or between the Son and the Holy Spirit, or between the Son and God, they're all one. They're just manifestations of the same entity, which would make sense if all is one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're back to Joni. We're up to paragraph 12, are we not?
Okay. Those who remember always that they know nothing and who have become willing to learn everything will learn it. But whenever they trust themselves, they will not learn. They have destroyed their motivation for learning by thinking they already know. Think not you understand anything until you pass the test of perfect peace. For peace and understanding go together. It never can be found alone. Each brings the other with it, for it is the law of God that they be not separate. They are cause and effect, each to the other. So where one is absent, the other cannot be.
You know, I think we need to maybe go a paragraph at a time. In 12, he's back to that you do not know statement again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it started at the beginning. And, but it says, if you would always remember that you do not know, you will learn everything. Is that what he's saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think I put that at the top of your agenda. If you are willing to, if those who remember always that they know nothing and who have become willing to learn everything will learn everything.
I like sentence 2 because it reminds me, but whenever they trust themselves, aka try to control things, they will not learn.
Yep.
It's like,
So,
okay, get out of yourself, Kathleen.
you know, do you see what an extraordinary ask this is of us? Now, it's not just saying, please trust me. It's saying you're going to have to trust me completely.
Yeah, yeah. I was just going to say that this is about trusting beyond trust.
Yes.
Which
Okay.
sometimes even saying that can brings up a little fear, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like, whoa, wait a minute, because it's so unknown. I mean, we're hearing the words and we're hearing the things, but my scientific mind goes, well, where's the proof? You know? It's like,
Yeah. You'll experience the truth, but it'll be nothing like of this world,
exactly, exactly.
which is what it should be if this world isn't real. Then the truth will feel foreign to you, which only attests to its being true. So a lot of course students, they say, I read it, but I don't understand it. They understand it, they just can't believe it. Yes? It makes no bones about what it's saying. It doesn't stutter over what it's saying. But it's so incredible that people think, oh, I didn't understand that, you see. How you doing, Cheryl and White? This kind of your first time through with these,
Yeah, it is.
right?
Yes.
All right, you willing to hang in there or what?
Yeah, I'll hang in here.
Mr. Cohen, any comments from you, sir, at this juncture?
Mhm.
I'm okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so helpful how we're approaching this. Uh, I applaud you because it's pretty deep, just to understand, let alone accept as being reality. So I think we're up to in 12. The other thing was we're back to the test of truth again in paragraph 12, are we not? Starting at sentence 4. Think not
Mhm.
you understand anything until you pass the test of perfect peace. We kind of heard that before, right? About the perfect peace and being lack of fear, remember? But now there's another attachment to the test of truth. It's what it will bring to you, not just how you feel and how what you'll see in terms of your relationships, but it also offered one other benefit here. What was that one? It's in sentence 4. Think not you understand anything until you pass the test of perfect peace. but you will also get what?
Understanding.
Understand.
Okay. They and then he says they are cause and effect each to each other, so where one is absent the other cannot be. What's he talking about? Peace and understanding, right?
Mhm.
Right.
All right. So
It's the kind of understanding that no words can ever describe.
yeah, because words are part of the illusion.
Exactly.
uh where are you going to be when we get to mental telepathy? You've heard of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So don't think that words are indispensable. Even here in our world, we can conceive of a world where you don't need to talk to communicate, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do 13, please. We're up to Cheryl.
Okay. Only those who recognize they cannot know unless the effects of understanding are with them can really learn at all. For this, it must be peace they want and nothing else. Whenever you think you know, peace will depart from you because you have abandoned the teacher of peace. Whenever you fully realize that you know not, peace will return, for you will have invited him to do so by abandoning the ego on behalf of him. Call not upon the ego for anything. It is only this that you need do. The Holy Spirit will of himself fill every mind that so makes room for him.
So, is ignorance bliss?
Until you realize it isn't.
Well, that's not what this is saying. Does it not speak in favor of ignorance?
Well, in one sense.
What talk about it? In what sense?
I think for me, breaking down nothing to no thing, to know no thing, which to me is much firmer than nothing. No thing is that's it.
Something.
There's no thing, there's no room for
Yes.
any there's no room for any deviation from what it's saying. Nothing is kind of like, oh well, but no thing, to know no thing means your brain has to you have to wipe the slate completely clean, pure and clean, and
And
yeah.
there are two approaches to getting to me, Kathleen,
Yeah,
getting to the same place.
yeah,
If there is nothing or no thing, there is no such thing as no thing,
yeah,
then
yeah.
everything is something. It's like in the cosmos and all the calculations they did on the planets and
Mm-hmm.
solar systems. And then here of late, they didn't take into account dark matter.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the nothing in which the stars and everything appear? They said, oh, that's just nothing.
Oh no.
But it can't be nothing, right? Or,
Right.
okay. So that's kind of the idea there. But we were talking about, is ignorance bliss? And Sherilyn said, in certain circumstances, right?
Mhm.
I think ignorance is never bliss.
Okay. Isn't that what, why did I get that feeling from what was being said here? It says, whenever you think you know, peace will depart from you because you have abandoned the teacher of peace. So, what is that saying? To keep the teacher of peace along with the understanding of you have to constantly give up knowing.
Not knowing and ignorance are two different things.
Okay, what are the differences?
Well, I know what the Course says about not knowing, that ignorance is sort of like a willful disregard for the truth or
Okay.
something.
And perhaps you're absolutely right, but I don't know if we can get at it through analyzing it. But there are nuances. But on face value, it says, I commit to knowing nothing. Even the stuff I thought I knew, I commit to knowing how much?
Nothing.
And will I go off into oblivion?
No.
Will the world run me over?
No.
I have no idea, but isn't that the commitment that they're asking for? I'm just trying to understand. He always talks about you can't withhold one dark thing where you think you can handle it. Didn't we read that? Something like that?
Mhm.
Do you see what a big ask these things appear to be? Do you see how, as we've discussed, it's committing to a trust beyond trust?
Right. And we can't describe what that is. Because when we describe what that is, then we're inventing what that is.
Yes, because as soon as you try to describe it, you start carving it up. Isn't that analyzing and breaking it up and taking what's one and making it into sections and levels? But
Yeah.
if it's all one, so do you see what I mean? Course students think I must be missing something. This cannot be true, what they're saying. So I didn't say you have to do it. I'm just saying let's at least be honest about the words on the page. It's very well written too, isn't it? Comments? Okay, you're getting that look. Our next reader is Ron, right? Didn't show?
Yes.
Okay.
Paragraph 14. If you want peace, you must abandon the teacher of attack. The teacher of peace will never abandon you. You can desert him, but he will never reciprocate, for his faith in you is his understanding. It is as firm as is his faith in his Creator, and he knows that faith in his Creator must encompass faith in his creation. In this consistency lies his holiness, which he cannot abandon, for it is not his will to do so. With your perfection ever in his sight, he gives the gift of peace to everyone who perceives the need for peace and who would have it. Make way for peace, and it will come. For understanding is in you, and from it peace will come.
Who's him in that paragraph and he? Who's that? It
The
says,
Holy Spirit.
yeah, okay. So I'll pick up from sentence 2. The teacher of peace, the Holy Spirit, will never abandon you. You can abandon the Holy Spirit, but the Holy Spirit will never reciprocate, for the Holy Spirit's faith in you and the Holy Spirit's understanding. For his faith in you, is the Holy Spirit's understanding. I read that wrong. The Holy Spirit's understanding is as firm as is the Holy Spirit's faith in the Holy Spirit's creator. And the Holy Spirit knows that faith in his creator must encompass faith in the creator's creation. How am I doing?
Good.
In this consistency lies the Holy Spirit's holiness. What's holiness?
Wholeness.
Complete devotion, oneness, right?
Mm-hmm.
In which the Holy Spirit cannot abandon, for it is not the Holy Spirit's will to do so. With your perfection ever in the Holy Spirit's sight, the Holy Spirit, with whose perfection ever in the Holy Spirit's sight? Uh, your perfection, right? You with me? I'm at 6. With your perfection ever in the Holy Spirit's sight, the Holy Spirit gives the gift of peace to everyone who perceives the need for peace and would have it. Let's finish up here and we'll close out, Kathleen, with 15.
Sure. The power of God from which they both arise is yours as surely as it is his. You think you know him not only because alone it is impossible to know him. Yet see the mighty works that he will do through you, and you must be convinced you did them through him. It is impossible to deny the source of effects, so powerful they could not be of you. Leave room for him, and you will find yourself so filled with power that nothing will prevail against your peace. And this will be the test by which you recognize that you have understood.
You just have to experience it in your soul. It's hard to explain. There are no words.
Right.
But when you start experiencing this miracle thing, you just prefer it to how you used to be.
Yeah. When I read sentence 5, leave room for him,
Yeah,
and you will find yourself so filled with power that nothing will prevail against your peace. And I felt that sentence in every cell of my body.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that reaction was just
So these are the sorts of testimonies that we can share when we say we fully recognize that to most people, this is crazy. But when you taste it, when you experience it, you go, wow, I'm gonna do it. Right.
right.
And it makes you happy, joyous, peaceful. And you really get the feeling, like it says here, in 5, Kathleen, didn't you read that? Leave room for him, and you will
Yep.
find yourself so filled with power that nothing. Would
Yeah.
you like to be that peaceful and joyous and happy all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
To
who
me,
wouldn't, right?
to me, it'll be like floating on a cloud.
Yeah, if you could just believe it and give it a try, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go in the deep end of it.
Yeah.
So, guess what? We finished chapter 14, Teaching for Truth. And I, for one, it was long, but I'm so glad the Holy Spirit put upon our heart, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, to make this one of our Oracle text readings. Next time we come to our Oracle text reading will be on page 485, which is called The War Against Yourself, chapter 23. And some of you may remember this one recently from our Tuesday night studies. You know, we have gone through this over the past, I don't know, 3 weeks. Remember the laws of chaos that we talked about? Well, that's part of chapter 23 that we'll be talking about, starting 2 weeks from tonight. So I hope you're excited about that. And of course, next week we'll get back to our Unity and ACIM books. And overall, I hope that you're finding these talks enjoyable,
Yeah.
full of hope and inspiration. And
I like them because they bring you to the next level of understanding. It's like it goes from surface to really, really, really deep in, for me, really, really deep within my body where blocked stuff is stored.
that's
Blocked.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. I appreciate that because really that was my goal. We're about 2.5 years old now. We started in April of 2023 with ACIM Talks. And so thank you, Kathleen. That's
Yeah, when I feel fear,
positive side.
when you read something or say something and I immediately feel fear, I go, "Oh yeah, that's working." It's working because it's like it's touching that place that really needs to be released.
Excellent. Thank you so much, my friend. Uh, you guys coming back again we'll start chapter 23.
Mhm.
Of course, don't miss us next week. Now, in all honesty, quite frankly, I forgot about that segment called our family discussion period. And hang around with me about 5 minutes is all.
Okay.
And let me do a check-in with you if you can. And we'll be letting you go for this evening. How's that?
Sure.
All right. Could you pay me one more time, please? Yay! Miss White, come on now.
Mhm.
All right. All right.
Oh,
I'm going to
yes.
stop recording and we'll do our family discussion check-in and call it an evening. Have a good rest of your week, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Have a blessed week, everybody.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.